So on the line with us, we have Mike Auger, owner of Patriot Home Inspections. And Mike is going to be talking with us about the home inspection report and what to ask for from it. Mike, wonderful topic. Thanks for being here with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Very welcome.
So, a lot of times when a buyer gets a home inspection, especially a newer buyer, they don't really understand what to do with all this information. And some people feel like every item that we mention in the report is something that you're going to ask the seller to fix or make some kind of concession on. And that's not always the case. Matter of fact, most of the time it's not the case. So let's briefly talk about two different scenarios. One, new construction purchase. Okay, that house has never been lived in, just built. Everything should be perfect. So in that case, you do ask for all the little things, typically like because the house should be perfect. Nobody's lived there. So that type of inspection, it's normal to ask for even some fairly minor type of things. Okay, most of the time people are buying a house that is not new construction, and you have to understand it's a used house. So if somebody else has already lived there, these houses are going to be imperfect. There's going to be issues. There's going to be wear and tear. And you have to keep in mind that my job is to alert the buyer about every condition of every item in the house. Everything is not earth-shattering, okay?
No.
And so when you go through the report, you kind of have to pare down what type of things that you're going to ask the seller to make a concession on. There are two kinds of concessions. Basically, you're either going to ask them to fix something or ask them maybe to make a repair as part of your repair request, keeping in mind that they're not required to acquiesce. So they may say, no, we're not going to fix it. This is the house, take it or leave it, which is possible. But the items that you want to stick to are items that are, A, not disclosed and a surprise. Just because I mentioned it on the report, if it was already disclosed to you and you made your offer, that offer takes that condition into account.
Good call.
And then the other thing is just items that are safety concerns, that are going to maybe hurt your family, that could damage the other areas of the house, like water leaks and things like that. Or big-ticket items that were a surprise. That's kind of where you want to narrow your focus, not so much every little thing, you know?
No. And one of the things, just to kind of step back a bit, every time we list a home, Mike, we're telling our clients, do a pre-list home inspection, get it all listed up front, disclose everything, price the property appropriately, and you're actually going to make more money in the end because buyers want to see everything up front. We are in a society that likes transparency.
Absolutely, and that is a great idea. Unfortunately, only about probably 10% of sellers actually bother to do that, but it does make the buyers have all that information up front, and then when their inspector comes in the reports virtually match, which typically is what's going to happen. There's not really going to be a secondary negotiation anyhow.
No.
But first-time home buyers, particularly those that bring parents to the inspection, a lot of times they really don't understand that there's going to be lots of little things wrong with a house. And you that expectation has to be there, especially some of these people. If you're buying a house that was built in 1920, this thing's nearly 100 years old.
Exactly.
There's going to be things that have settled and shifted and things maybe that don't meet today's code but are still grandfathered in and things like that we still point out just because we want to really make sure that our customers are educated, that really aren't things that you should realistically be expecting a seller to make a concession on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't think I've seen another inspector out there as thorough as you and your company is. Everything that you document, all the professional photos and the write-ups that you do. I mean, you give like an 80-page report, and it's almost scary if somebody is not educated on there. So I always go through it with my clients line item by line item, answer any questions that they have. And the best thing I like about you, Mike, is you'll do the same thing as well if they need you.
Yeah. And it's good to have somebody seen a few inspection reports like yourself or several inspection reports or be able to reach out to the inspector, because sometimes it is daunting, especially for a first-timer. You break open a report that is several dozen pages, and it can be shell-shock if you're not expecting a long report.
We warn them ahead of time, definitely. We tell them ahead of time, like, look, most of this is actually for informational purposes only, so...
And I'm just going to add in, I was able to take my inspection report to the tax assessor's office and get the tax assessment reduced by about 20%. And she said it was based on the inspection report I provided. So if you're looking at a home that's assessed high and might need some work, the value of that inspection report goes beyond the negotiation. It can also help you with the tax assessor later.
That's wonderful.